older, I couldn't wait to become a woman, especially because I went through the stage when I was a tween. And trust me, anything is better than being called a tween. And the worst part is when your mom, one, has an Instagram, two, posts photos with you and tags all your friends saying, with the tween. It's not a fun event with all your friends. So, to make it clear I was becoming a woman, I asked to become a bat mitzvah, which basically seals the deal to womanhood in the Jewish religion. Becoming a bat mitzvah was a crossroad for me because I was leaving the tweenage wasteland and entering the teenage dirtbag years. This is a photo of me being turned into a woman. In the middle of my ceremony, Misha, my rabbi, took out drums and started chanting, and we were very surprised. But in that moment, I learned womanhood has its perks. Being a woman comes with responsibility. I need to know when to say yes or no. Now, I've known for a long time saying yes can lead to some pretty interesting things. And that does include all the times I let my grandmother give me a haircut. So, I said yes every time my grandmother would come at me with scissors and ask to chop all my hair off. Saying yes allowed me the opportunity to talk about feminism with Amy Poehler. Saying yes led me to become a writer for the website Hello Giggles, which is a digital platform where I write about things women are into. Saying yes led me to becoming a writer for the website, and then that led to hosting a monthly show, Hello Giggles Night, at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. And this has taught me how to listen to an audience, which is very important in comedy. I say yes to doing things I might like, even the haircuts. So let me backtrack a little. Saying yes led me to feminism. When I was in kindergarten, I had to do something for my class, expert of the day. But really, what are you an expert of when you're 6? Running around in a playground? Napping? So I spoke to my mom, and she asked me, well, what annoys you when you're on the playground? And I told her it really bothered me when boys would tell me I can't do the monkey rings because I'm a girl, or I can't ride my bike because I'm a girl. And my mom said, well, Ruby, I know what you're an expert in, feminism. And I said, yes, Mom, you're right, I am an expert in feminism. The definition of feminism, as I was taught, and do believe to this day, is that girls and boys are of equal value. And when this was explained to me in kindergarten speak, I got it. And just so you know, little kids can understand big things. You just have to explain it to ways they can relate to. If my mom started talking to me about gender politics, I would have started humming the Dora theme song. But my mom explained it to me, if you can cook, so can a boy. If boys want to play with toys, so can girls. And I don't really remember my big aha moment, but I do know it went something like this. That's right, I can do anything a boy can do. And that's when I said yes to feminism. I told my class if a boy could do the monkey rings, so can a girl. And if we do the so-called women's work, so can a boy. And everyone wanted to know all the new things they could do. And I was like, we all can do anything. And I was a 6-year-old expert on feminism. When I say yes to something, I'm making a chance to go for it. Yes has allowed me to experience new foods like shrimp that I used to think were gross. Yes has allowed me to say yes to new awesome female characters like Lindsay Weir, Guinevere, Amy Pond, Elizabeth Bennet, and Leslie Knope. Saying yes led me to being dumped 3 times via text. Saying yes means taking chances, even with your heart. I said yes to embracing the digital world because really, there are so many communities for like-minded girls my age. And I think my life should probably extend beyond selfies. One of my favorite features on Hello Giggles is Queen of the Day, where they highlight women who we, the readers, should probably know about. Like Lauren, a 16-year-old girl who lives in the United Kingdom. She has an IQ of 161. Anne, a girl who's actually a speaker here today, who's 15, who was so interested in energy, she created a battery-free flashlight. Nada, the brave 11-year-old Yemenite girl who fled her family to prevent being forced to marry an adult man. I also love the website Who Needs Feminism. It is a website where we, the users, tell the rest of the community why we need feminism. It's a site that allows for the constant evolution of movement, allowing us to define our feminism, a constant reminder of how much work we need to do to be of true equal value. And I really appreciate sites like Jezebel, because not only do they embrace girl culture, they don't shy away from how complicated it can be, and they do point out the rights and the wrongs that we and women encounter every single day. And so sites like Hello Giggles and Who Needs Feminism and Jezebel remind me, 1, how lucky I am to be raised to be myself. 2, that not every girl is. That not everyone has a voice like I do. That not everyone can care about culture thriving. That not everyone thinks girls and boys are of equal value. And this bothers me. There are some dodgy things happening to my gender, where we're being humiliated in public platform almost every day with words designed to put us in our place. Slut-shaming is the latest along the line of phrases used to vilify women or turn us against each other and or misrepresent girl culture. It's another version of girl-shaming, stripping women of their power, removing us from being of equal value. And when I see evidence of this online, I can't say yes, because that's okay. Now, what is girl shaming? Girl shaming is when maybe I'll start going out with a boy, and then a boy, and sometimes even girls, will say, oh, she's such a slut. Now, when I witness girl shaming online or in real life, I'm like, no. Girl shaming is the moment when a girl is ridiculed, criticized, and or attacked. And if I could be like Merlin and make it all disappear, I would. But I'm not a wizard. I'm a 13-year-old muggle. So I start with this. My choice. My yes. Yes, that's informed by my feminism, but it's also informed by my humanity. Making people, boys and girls, feel bad about themselves is not nice. And when you do it through social media, where the words are for everyone to build upon, that's a very toxic thing. A domino effect of cruelty and ridicule. When you make someone feel bad about herself or himself, guess what happens? She takes those comments to heart. She may go home, and you may never see her again. A girl at my age, 13, recently in Florida committed suicide because of bullying online. Social media, while it can bring people together and be really fun, it can also be a place of very bad things. According to FindLaw.com survey, 1 in 4 young adults are a little fidgety about what they've posted online. Maybe they regret posting a photo of a girl, making a caption, "This girl sucks," and maybe making a mean comment on someone's photo. If we could only say no to the impulse of writing negative comments on a status update, how short do you think the comment section would be? If you read an article and you scrolled down, how many negative comments would you find? If there were no negative comments in the comment section, how many comments do you think there would actually be? I suspect that we should start saying no to girl shaming. This past spring in San Diego, 33 high school students were suspended for posting a video of them twerking and it was posted on YouTube. While all 33 of these students were not responsible for the one person who posted the video, that this affected the future of 33 kids. And some of these, they all got in trouble with the school, probably their parents. This affected the future of 33 kids, because this would go on what colleges would soon see. Social media, while it can be fun, can also destroy many things. In the next few months, I'm going to be applying to high school. And so when I read in 2012, a survey of 350 college admissions officers revealed that 26% of those officers looked at applicants' social media profiles. I was so interested, I decided to continue. 27% also Googled scholastic candidates. And in 35% of these students' cases, students eligible for consideration were turned down because of negative things seen on their profiles. So while we are all having fun posting photos of us with our friends, we're being watched. We're being looked at, and this can affect maybe you getting that job, you getting into that school. So when I read a summary of a survey like that, I'm reminded of the twerking high school students. While we live in a world where our lives are documented in social media, where our actions are now evidence of Twitter and worthy of consideration and we need to be accountable, your status updates don't need to read like Shakespeare. But you may want to pause before you make a status update saying, "Oh my God, this girl is so annoying." Did I mention I'm 13? There's a whole generation of me and my friends now being allowed on Facebook and Tumblr. It's great. It's like letting a bunch of wannabe hipsters go into American Apparel with no budget. It's awesome. And the hardest thing for me and my friends to figuring out is when to say yes. Do I post this selfie or that selfie? Still, you can hang around with your friends in person and be all goofy, but online, what does it mean to be yourself online? What can you say yes to? What does your digital identity say about you? If you were to take 5 screen grabs of your most used platforms, would you like what you saw? You'd see a lot. Do you like what you see? Are you proud of it? Can you say yes to it? For me, what I'm revealing about myself, what I'm commenting on, what my statuses say, what articles I like, are forming my digital identity. An identity that will follow me for the rest of my life. So in my real life, I like feminism. I like improv. I'm a Whovian. These three things are part of who I am, and they're also part of my digital presence, particularly on my Tumblr. But on my Instagram, you'll get a lot of selfies. Please don't follow me. And when I think of my digital presence, I also, again, look at it through a feminist lens. Am I representing a young woman I'm proud to be? I hope so. I worked very hard to become a bat mitzvah. And when I look at the digital space and I see what girl culture, this is what I'm hoping to see now as we get older. That we spend no time on girl shaming. That we spend most of our time focusing on areas we need to change. Gender pay gap, violence against women, personal issues like self-esteem, body image, perfectionism. The list goes on. And considering how many issues we face as women, why don't we spend our time saying, yes, I will march in that parade, or yes, I will sign that petition, or yes, I will take a stand. We'd be better off saying yes than stalking our friends on Instagram. I'd like to see a support system that helps us rise above the word of world stones, where we don't just jump on a bandwagon of hurting girls through mean keyboards, where we can police the behavior that alienates girls. I'd like to see young women finding their voices and speaking up for themselves. I'd like to see women saying yes to making a difference. I'd like to see a digital landscape where we support each other, not just as feminists, although, of course, that would be great, but as people. Girl shaming reminds me that we have a lot of work to do. I believe in the power of yes and how it can translate to the positive behavior for everyone, and how that positive behavior can lead us to a world where girl shaming is eradicated. If we can eliminate the negative behavior that occurs online, bullying, aggressive, shaming of any kind, we can adapt that positive behavior into our real lives and affect the change and truly be of equal value. Oh yes, our real lives. Because there is actually a world outside of our screens. Just say yes and you'll find it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruby.